Hey there, it's Bartholomew Perez, engineer, realtor in California, Florida, author and investor. Going back to ClearanceJobs and their epic 2024 calendar featuring all kinds of squirrely things. And recently I received a package, just as an epic package. Got my Secret Squirrel cleared, ready for takeoff. To go along with it, not complete without its own matching sock. Pretty cool stuff. Plus a tumbler. ClearanceJobs, if you don't know, you're on the job market looking for a new role. ClearanceJobs is dedicated to those that have a security clearance and are in that sort of group where, hey, you're looking to use your clearance, and the job postings will often already have a filter for either whatever the level of clearance that you have. Anyway, it's not a paid sponsorship, but I do appreciate the swag that I receive because epic marketing on the ClearanceJobs team part. So, Katie at ClearanceJobs, thank you very much. You are phenomenal, and I look forward to any future collaborations that we might have. Today, I want to talk about being bilingual because this strikes a chord in many aspects at the workplace when it comes to how we connect with one another. Granted, if you come from a similar background than to somebody else, it's easy to connect over a language. Language, the most universal language that I know, mathematics. Doesn't matter. The math does not change regardless of what environment and what actual spoken language you speak and practice. The beautiful thing about having many languages that you know es que uno mismo puede hacer una conexión con una persona y eso es algo magnífico. It's magnificent to be able to connect with somebody else over language. It's beautiful. I know three pretty fluently, the third one being American Sign Language. And whenever it comes to the workplace, I've always seemed to connect with the custodian staff. Why? Because well, my mom, she's a housekeeper. She's done that for as long as I can remember since I was a child. And whenever I come across these people, people often ignore them. I get it. They're busy doing their job, but they're also making the workplace much more bearable. And who wants overflowing trash? Who wants a filthy restroom? Nobody. I know I don't. And it strikes a chord just because my mom is in that industry. So when it comes to language, majority will speak Spanish. Not saying that they all will or do, but when I find that they do, that's my way to connect with them because I like to extend a thank you. They, I promise you, they rarely hear that. And hearing it from somebody at the office space, I think that goes a long way. It makes the day go by faster and it makes them feel appreciated because they are part of the working environment. They're part of the team, whether they know it or not, but it's important. The other aspect is when you have teammates, peers, coworkers, cross functional teams, and you happen to speak a different language from English, what a beautiful way to connect as well. I recently met a coworker who came and she had to restart her education. And because she came in later in her adult life, she was describing how English was such a struggle. And it is a very difficult language to learn. So I commended her for how well she spoke. I couldn't even tell. And I reassured her that her effort was not in vain because it shows in her work ethic, it shows in how she presents herself and the way she speaks. It's very clear, very clear. I couldn't tell the difference. That's one example where her practice was to become a citizen. She had to engage in the language and to transfer some of her education from the country she came from into the United States. That was a process in itself. There's several other examples, but language, what a beautiful way to break the ice. It's it's an extension of how we convey feeling, how we share our culture through music, through performance, through dance. My favorite. It's beautiful and short and sweet on the subject of language because it makes such a huge difference. So, whatever other languages you might exercise, don't be ashamed. Whenever you do find somebody that speaks the same language, hey, why not engage? I think when you're the when there's not that many of you that speak a language or some other shared value or some other shared characteristic, I think it's a beautiful thing. So anyway, Bartholomew Perez, short and sweet, author, engineer, realtor in California and Florida, signing off. To be continued.